Delighted to be joined by James Pritchard. And James, here we are at the launch of the new championship season. Just been chatting to Tom May, who you'll be squaring up against in the weekend after this. But first of all, let's just talk about the fact that it's now the Green King IPA Championship, title sponsor on board, great positivity and I think great momentum hopefully in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I think it just shows the amount of sort of talent that's sort of coming through and that people are starting to stand up and take notice now. I think players that have been involved sort of in the rugby for the last 5 or so years know the amount of talent that's around, young guys coming through, and it's good to see that sort of people outside are starting to stand up and take notice.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously all the games on Sky as well this season, as was started last year as well. It's a great shot window for everybody within this league, isn't it? And you boys, after everything you achieved last season, are hopefully sort of among those that really can excel from that.
Well, definitely, that's what you want to see. We've built a good brand here over the past few years, and you want people to see it. And I think with Sky coming on and agreeing to show more games, I think it's a really positive move. And I know players, like no matter where you're from, they love to sort of play in front of the cameras, know that there'll be so many people watching on TV and stuff like that, and they sort of put in that extra effort. And I think it really is a good showcase. I think the games that were on Sky last year just showed that the rugby that can be played is up there with the Premiership.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose from Bedford's point of view, maybe first up, it was such a great season last year, wasn't it, to get all the way through to the final, to have made the playoffs and contend right to the death against Newcastle. That's going to give you, I'd hope, an awful lot of positivity for the campaign ahead, knowing what you boys have achieved already.
Definitely, yeah. Well, like we say, we know we can do it. We know we've been there before, and we've had a crack, but it didn't come out on top. But like I say, this year there's probably 8 or so teams that can really give that top 4 a crack. That's the thing. It just seems to be getting harder and harder. Years ago, it used to be okay. You got your teams to look out for. You have your tough games against, and then the rest will be easy beats. Not so much today. I think you just got to look at it. I think everyone will be looking at you win your home games. You try and get your maximum points there. 5 points in your home games, and then whatever you pick up on the road, that's a bonus. Because teams nowadays are very tough. Like, see, travelling away to Jersey or down to Pirates and down to Plymouth, they're tough away games, and any points you pick up there are a bonus. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. Teams that sort of win their home games and then pick up what they can on the road. I think that'll make up the top 4.
And from your own point of view, obviously skippering this side, how are you finding settling in and being in Bedford, of course, obviously from having come over from down under as well a few years back?
Oh, look, Bedford's been my home for the past 10 or so years, and it's a great club. I come from a club in New South Wales, Randwick, which grew up and trying to teach the style of running rugby. And so you just see with the coaches that come out, sort of Michael Checker and now even Ewan McKenzie, and he brings that style back, and you grow up with that style of rugby, throwing the ball around and running it from everywhere. And I was lucky enough to come to Bedford where that was their philosophy, and Mikey's just only drilled that in over the years that yes, look, we want to play attractive rugby, and sometimes it doesn't go your way, especially like in the wet conditions and stuff like that, but that's what we do. We want to play attractive rugby. We want to throw it around. We want to win games by scoring tries, not just kicking points. So look, I've loved my time there, and I'm hoping we've got sort of better times to come.
Yeah, definitely. And a cracking fan base, of course, as well. I mean, it's not the biggest stadium, isn't it? But shoehorned in there, it's great to see, and we saw that throughout the playoff run and the build-up to it as well, didn't we?
That's the thing, and it's growing every single year, and we got some passionate supporters there, not just sort of for our home games. They like to travel away as well, and they like to be heard. Their voices, they can be sometimes heard out shouting the home crowd, which is good for us, because when you play, you may have the opposition supporters in your ear, but you've also got that Bedford cry coming from the ground as well.
Just finally, obviously we should talk about the big rugby weekend as well, this whole concept of 3 different double headers over this extra 23rd round of games, and what arguably, probably on paper, one of, if not the best games to open up. Beaten finalists in you boys up against recently relegated London Welsh. It could be an absolute belter.
Yeah, look, that'll be our benchmark. Coming into the season, you basically want to see where you are, and I think first game against Welsh, who are relegated, they will be feeling sort of a bit, okay, look, we want to stamp our authority on this league nice and early, and they'll be coming out firing. And look, we got beaten last year in the finals, and we want to say, look, we're here to challenge again. we're not going to roll over. Like this, we're not going to make this league easy for you to go back up. So if you want it, you've got to have to fight for it. And I think come that first weekend, whoever's picked in the side in the 15, starting 15 or the 22, it's going to be one hell of a game from both sides.
Listen, thanks for your time, appreciate it, and hope it's a cracking campaign.
Yes, thank you.